Prepare to be amazed by two extraordinary tales of awakening from long-lasting comas, each unfolding with stunning surprises that will leave you shocked. The unbelievable awakening of Luz Maria. People often fall into comas due to tragic accidents, but in this extraordinary case, a woman came out of a coma because of a shocking accident, so surprising that it might defy all expectations. This is the story of Luz Maria, whose 15-year slumber in a hospital bed was abruptly ended not by medical intervention, but by a revelation so unpredicted that it left everyone around her astounded. For almost 15 years, she existed in a world between consciousness and oblivion. This young girl, who once danced through life with dreams in her eyes, transformed into a silent figure, captivating the hearts and minds of those who watched over her in the hospital. Her journey into this deep sleep began when she was only 6 years old, found collapsed without explanation. Discovered unconscious on a bustling city sidewalk, she was a mystery from the moment she arrived at the hospital. With no explanation for her condition, and her family burdened by poverty, unable to bear the cost of her care, a heart-wrenching decision loomed: to disconnect her life support. But fortunately, in a stunning turn of events, driven by compassion and humanity, the hospital staff united in response to Luz Maria's situation. Touched by her story, they came together in an incredible act of kindness. They all contributed their own money, refusing to give up on her and determined to keep hope alive. Their collective effort was a powerful statement of their commitment to Luz Maria's life, showing just how much they cared. Over the years, something amazing happened inside the hospital. Luz Maria, though still in a deep sleep, grew into a beautiful young woman. Among the many people who looked after her, one nurse named Andrea stood out. Andrea dedicated herself to Luz Maria's care, forming a deep and unshakable bond with her. She saw Luz Maria not just as a patient, but as someone very special and important in her life. Every day, Andrea was by Luz Maria's side, offering kind words, playing soothing music, and giving her gentle care. In her heart, Andrea held onto a strong hope. She believed that someday, despite everything, Luz Maria would wake up and see the world around her again. In a shocking turn of events, Nurse Andrea discovered that Luz Maria was pregnant when she was still in the coma. When she went to the room of Luz, who had been in a coma for more than 10 years during her routine morning checkup, despite being abruptly still, the woman started to make unsettling noises that alarmed her. And when she took off the sheet covering her, she screamed in utter fear, unable to believe what she was seeing. The nurse started to check her right away, and that's when she saw something was off about her body. The discovery of Luz Maria's pregnancy left everyone at the hospital in shock. Despite the challenging circumstances, the decision was made to deliver the baby, who was surprisingly healthy enough to be delivered. Remarkably, this decision led to an unexpected miracle. It helped Luz Maria break free from her 15-year-long coma, reawaken to a new life as a mother. After a challenging delivery, a fragile but resilient baby girl was born, defying the odds with a strong will to survive despite her delicate health. Realizing the gravity of the situation, Andrea immediately alerted the authorities, understanding that someone had taken advantage of Luz Maria's vulnerable state. Amidst the chaos and fear of potential conflict, the hospital directors decided to disconnect Luz Maria from life support. However, Andrea, deeply connected to Luz Maria, refused to accept this decision. In a desperate and final attempt to awaken her, she placed the newborn baby on Luz Maria's unresponsive body. Incredibly, the moment the baby's warmth touched her and her cries filled the air, Luz Maria opened her eyes, reconnecting with the world after 15 long years. She awoke to the astonishing reality of being a mother, a revelation that had left her overwhelmed and confused. Andrea, ever the protector, reassured Luz Maria, vowing to care for both her and her daughter, who they named Esperanza. The shocking truth about Esperanza's father was uncovered through DNA testing, revealing a startling betrayal. He was a highly esteemed doctor, once admired for generously funding Luz Maria's care. This same doctor, now unmasked as the perpetrator of a grave injustice, faced the consequences of his actions and was rightfully sentenced for his crime. But in a beautiful turn of events, Luz Maria and her daughter Esperanza started a fresh chapter, enveloped in the love and support of Andrea and her children. They created a new, loving family, united by strength, compassion, and life's unforeseen paths. Adding to this new beginning, the doctor's family, acknowledging the wrong done, stepped in with financial support, helping Luz Maria and Esperanza build their new life, full of hope and new possibilities. Waking after 12 years of coma. After an astounding 12 years in a coma, this man awoke with a revelation that left everyone speechless. He actually revealed that he was conscious of everything around him during those years, and what he heard during that time was beyond anyone's expectations. He lived in South Africa, and his life changed dramatically when he suddenly became very sick. Doctors thought he might have a serious illness called cryptococcal meningitis. This illness marked the beginning of an incredibly challenging journey for Martin, showcasing his remarkable resilience. In case you don't know what it is, cryptococcal meningitis is a serious infection of the brain and spinal cord's meninges caused by a fungus called Cryptococcus. This condition is particularly common among people with weakened immune systems, such as those with HIV/AIDS, but it can also affect individuals with a normal immune system. Martin's health quickly worsened, leading to a heartbreaking loss of movement, speech, and even the simplest eye contact with his loved ones. The doctors, feeling hopeless, doubted he would survive this severe decline, casting a shadow of despair over his family's hopes for his recovery. Despite the doctors giving little hope, Martin's family responded with unwavering love and dedication. Every dawn, his father would wake up at 5 a.m., gently dressing Martin and faithfully taking him to the care center. Each evening was filled with tender care, a soothing bath, a nourishing meal, and a peaceful tucking into bed. Night after night, his parents' love was a vigilant guardian. They set alarms every 2 hours to turn Martin, protecting him from bed sores. This routine of deep care and sacrifice enveloped their lives for 12 years, a testament to their enduring love and hope for Martin. In a miraculous turn of events, he rediscovered his voice through the aid of a computer, allowing him to share his thoughts once again. With a wheelchair as his new companion, he began to navigate the world anew, embracing this incredible second chance at communication and mobility. The awareness that everyone thought was gone forever has luckily returned. Martin recalled beginning to regain consciousness about 2 years into his coma, yet his physical condition didn't change, leaving him unable to communicate his awakening to everyone. To the outside world, he remained absent, unresponsive, and disconnected. During these long years, Martin was acutely aware of his surroundings, contrary to what everyone believed. He could hear and understand everything happening around him. Everyone was so used to me not being there that they didn't notice when I began to be present again, Martin recounted in an interview with National Public Radio. Trapped in his own body, Martin experienced intense frustration and despair. He especially loathed the days spent at the care center, where patients were often placed in front of the television for hours. He particularly detested watching Barney, finding it insufferably irritating. Martin tells his inspiring story of resilience and triumph in his book, Ghost Boy: My Escape from a Life Locked Inside My Own Body. His journey from silence back to the world of communication and connection is a powerful reminder of the strength and resilience of the human spirit. One of the most heart-wrenching moments Martin remembers was hearing his mother say, "I hope you don't live." Joan Pistorius, Martin's mother, later expressed immense guilt over these words. However, Martin understood that her words were born out of sheer desperation and profound sadness over his seemingly hopeless condition. Martin's story is not just about the pain and struggle he endured, but also about his journey towards regaining his life. Slowly but surely, he found ways to connect with the world again. His progress was slow, but with each passing day, he reclaimed a piece of his lost life. His parents, Joan and Rodney Pistorius, played an instrumental role in his recovery. Their unwavering dedication and love were the bedrock on which Martin built his path back to the world. In interviews and conversations, including those with NPR, They have shared their experiences, reflecting the journey's emotional depth and complexity. Martin's awakening and subsequent rehabilitation highlight the incredible capabilities of the human mind and spirit. His story challenges our understanding of consciousness and the deep connections between the mind and body. Martin's resilience in the face of overwhelming adversity is a profound testament to the power of hope and perseverance. His journey from a life locked inside his own body to one where he can express himself and engage with the world around him is nothing short of miraculous. Today, Martin Pistorius stands as a beacon of hope and inspiration. His story is not just a tale of survival, but a narrative of reclaiming one's life and identity against unimaginable odds. It reminds us of the profound impact of love, care, and belief in the impossible. Through his book and interviews, Martin continues to share his experiences, offering insights into a world that was once closed off to him. His story resonates with many, providing strength and encouragement to those facing their own challenges. Martin Pistorius' journey is a remarkable story of courage, determination, and the enduring power of the human spirit. His experience sheds light on the mysteries of the human mind and continues to inspire people around the world.